Heyo, what's up? It's me, Absol Habibi, and today we're doing a short guide video on the Orthodox faith, particularly in EU4 multiplayer lobbies. And before I go into that, I just want to say that I saw many of your comments on the my last major post, the Norway/USA video, and I will be doing more multiplayer videos in the future. I've always planned to do that. I wanted you guys to know that not every single session I play, since usually multiplayer games are done in 4-hour sessions, not every session I play is worthy of a video. So with that in mind, I'll be trying my best to be putting out more and more multiplayer videos. I am going to be reserving my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/absolhabibi, which you'll be able to see linked below in the pinned comment, for multiplayer content specifically, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Thursdays at 6 p.m. GMT, I partake in the Zlowick MP lobby, which I'm actually showing right here. Fridays at 5 p.m. GMT, I'm going to be hosting and partaking in my own lobby. And then Saturday at also 5 p.m. GMT, I will be spectating a special type of lobby, a lobby that basically we're going to try to be doing something like crazy. And speaking of that, signups are still up for that. If you want to sign up for that, please check that out below. So what are we talking about in this video? Well, so this right here, the map looks pretty weird, and that's because this was a multiplayer lobby. This is from the Zlowick MP lobby, and I would say that it's one of the most competitive lobbies that you can find currently for Europa Universalis 4. And you can see that in the way that people build their nations, and particularly religion. And I'm going to hit this religion map mode. Boom. Everyone is freaking Orthodox. Even the British are Orthodox, the Spanish are Orthodox, the Venetian are Orthodox, Poland, who formed Ruthenia later, is Orthodox. Of course, Russia is Orthodox, Finland is Orthodox. So many Orthodox nations. To some players, this is like standard. You're like, yeah, well, Orthodox is the strongest religion in the game, which I agree with. Orthodox is the strongest religion in the game. But why? Why is it so good? Well, there's two reasons that the Orthodox faith is incredibly powerful, and both of those reasons are also apparent in the way that multiplayer meta is played. What do I mean by this? Well, the two things I'm going to talk about are manpower and development costs. These are two major things that are important that good multiplayer players stack when they are making their nation the best way. And I've talked about this in a lot of my other videos, but the Orthodox faith, we'll break it down. The Orthodox faith on base gives stability cost modifier -10, tolerance of truth faith +1, which is essentially -1 unrest in all Orthodox provinces. Okay, next thing you have is a patriarchy. The higher the patriarchy, the lower the unrest is in Orthodox provinces, as well as the local manpower from the provinces. Okay, how do you get this patriarchy? You get it by concentrating metropolitans. And you can see that this player has been able, this player specifically, we're looking at Ruthenia, this is not my nation, and you can see that everywhere is about 20 development, 2020 development, 2019, 2020 development. He does this on purpose so he can concentrate metropolitans everywhere, and he's efficiently spreading his dev so he's not spending too much on dev. And the way that he's able to do this, it's 1563. In Poland, this guy is making like crazy amounts of money. And the reason why he was able to do this is because the stacking of development cost modifiers. This is the second thing. So the first was the amount of manpower you get from being Orthodox. The second is stacking manpower, stacking development cost reduction. So the standard meta for idea picks is quantity, economic, quality. This is because you can take the development cost -10. You also have -20 development cost for finishing economic ideas. Then you have -10 development cost from burgers. Then you have again -10 development cost from icon of Christ, which is one of the icons you can pick as being Orthodox. And finally, you have your encouraged development edict that you can use on your state. Suddenly, your cost for deving, you see this is a 20 dev province, costs something like crazy, like 27 27 monarch points to develop this province. All of these provinces right here, especially Poland, has so many farmlands and grasslands. This also gets modified, but you can have incredibly tall provinces really easily. Of course, this is a side note, but another thing you'll notice if you click on this player's provinces is that he's mainly deving up production and he's mainly deving up manpower. No tax is being devved up. Tax is used to get your stability up and coring provinces. You don't want to be using it on provinces because it's not as efficient as production, and it's not as scaling as production, because production not only increases your money you get from production, it also increases the goods produced in your province. So it also increases trade. And manpower is good to dev because then you can be guys like this. Like, he's not even really that big, like in terms of territory, but this guy has almost 500,000 max manpower. And if we tag switch around to another player, Russia, he has again 657 manpower, 658k max manpower. You do the same thing, tag France. And this guy is France. He has 383k manpower. This Spain, who's like, not considerably big, but he's big. You can go tag Spain. This guy also has not as much as the others. Probably he doesn't have as high development as the others. Let's give him a quick look here. Yeah, his development isn't as spread out as the others. Look, you see here, even this Russia player, this is absolutely insane. This Russia player has just a big blob of 20 development, 20 development, 20 development, 21 development, 23 development, just all over. That is basically allows him to be so powerful, so rich, and also have very high manpower. But yeah, that's the main reason why the Orthodox faith is so strong. And just to recap, it's because it stacks manpower modifiers, making your manpower higher, and it also stacks development cost using the icon of Christ Pantocrator. Of course, you also have the icon of Saint Michael that you can use in wars, which also gives you discipline and manpower recovery speed to already add on to your crazy manpower. Or when the beginning of Age of Absolutism, you can put an icon of Illusia to reduce, to use harsh treatment, to reduce the mill cost of harsh treatment. And then you can use the icon of Saint John to basically for help with institutions. And since you are cases of this, like this Ruthenia, of course, I don't recommend just willy-nilly changing your icons. If you change an icon, I recommend staying on the icon for, a considerable amount of time, because you don't come by patriarch authority easily. However, people like this Poland right here, since he's able to concentrate so many metropolitans, even here after he devs up just a little bit more, just 2 more dev, like literally you could dev, 1 second, let me tag Ukraine, just 2 more dev and he could easily do like that and concentrate a metropolitan and get more patriarch authority. I also forgot to mention that you can also take the clerical minister's estate, like this player of course did, which gives you a half yearly patriarch authority every year, which is significant over time. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Yeah, the Orthodox faith is incredibly strong, especially in multiplayer lobbies. Do you think there's a religion that compares to it? Hindu maybe Shinto, maybe Tengri, arguably? Well, let me know in the comments below. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.